everyone, welcome to my garden, and today we are going to see what's blooming in my front yard garden. So it's going to be June end front yard garden tour. We had a lot of heat in the past couple of days. We even reached to triple digits a day before yesterday, and then yesterday we got a lot of rain. So today in the morning everything is looking extremely happy and lush green with beautiful color, and the weather is also not that bad today. So I thought it's a perfect day to get out in the garden and show you what's blooming and how everything is looking, and just take you around and just give you end of June front yard garden tour. So you know where we're going to start, right? We are going to start with this beautiful rose in my garden, and I call it the jewel of my garden, and it is absolutely stunning. If you remember the last time when I showed you my garden tour, my front yard garden tour, it was in full bloom, and I told you that it's going to be like this for the whole season. And now look at this, it's blooming, there are birds everywhere. This just like, and I give it a hard prune after the first flush, and look at this. I mean, look at this, it's just unbelievable. The way this rose performs is just unbelievable. This is my absolute favorite rose in my garden, and I have so many roses and I love all of them, but this one always just steals the show for me, and it's always this rose for me no matter what, and I love it. And I wanted to start with this rose, and then we'll move on to the next plants. But look at this, how can you just look at this sea of color? I mean, is there anything more beautiful that you have seen? I cannot get over how beautiful this looks, how bright, and how much of an impact this brings in my garden. And you can literally spot them from very far away. It just gives you that pop of bright, cheery color in the garden. And I have very different varieties of rudbeckia. I planted couple of them last year, but they self-seeded, and now I have this beautiful sea of mixed rudbeckia varieties, and I get this high impact in my garden, and I don't even have to do anything. They just come back year after year, and they self-seed, and they grow there wherever they want to grow, and they perform amazing. Bloom time on rudbeckia is extraordinary. They will just hold on to the petals, they will hold on to the color, they will hold on to the flower, the bloom for the longest, and I love that. And they have a very upright habit as well. They won't flop with the rain or with the wind. They will just stay like this, and I absolutely love this site in my garden. As you can see, it's amazing. And another one which is in the back, this is the new bloom that I have. This is hibiscus. This is Proven Winners Candy Crush. This is the second season in the garden. Now look at this, how big of a bloom this is. This is Candy Crush hibiscus. I planted this last year, and last year it got somewhere a feet to 2 feet, and this time this is probably 3.5 to 4 feet at this point, and there are so many buds. There are a couple of blooms which are already spent. This was the first one of the season. There are so many new blooms which are ready to open, and I just love this. How pretty is that, and how many blooms I'm going to get. There are so many buds on this one, and I just cannot get over this one. How beautiful is this? I love this. So beautiful. Another plant which I always get very excited to see blooms on is this hydrangea. This is limelight hydrangea, and I noticed that this year hydrangea is blooming a little bit earlier than the last year, but I am not complaining at all. And I moved this hydrangea in the middle of the season. It was middle of the summer, and this plant did not look like that it will come back. They will start with this lime color, a very light green blooms, and then they will turn to white, creamy, beautiful color, and then they will turn back to this a very light green, like a transition of colors throughout the season, and I absolutely love it. Gave it like hard prune, and now it's like flushing very beautifully. And it's not a tall plant like it was in my backyard when I moved it, but I am not complaining. It's perfect sizes. It's sitting beautifully right behind this beautiful pink rose, and it's looking amazing. It seems happy here, doing well, lots of blooms, lots of color, and I cannot wait for all of these blooms to come to their actual big size, and then I'll show you how they look. Maybe next month we will do another tour, and then we will see how they are looking, and they are looking for now beautiful. This is another hibiscus that I have. This is called ballet slippers, I believe, and last year this one struggled a lot. This is the second spot that I had to change for this hibiscus, but this year around it seems to be settling in, and I see one or two birds as well here. So looks like it's going to bloom. At least it'll give me one or two blooms, and then hopefully next year it will grow a little more taller. This is going to be a big white hibiscus with a pink center, so it's going to be beautiful. I will be watching this like a hawk. And another beautiful sweet thing that I noticed in the morning is this sunflower. Look at this sunflower, you guys. How pretty is this? The bloom itself, this is a teddy bear variety. This is not going to be like big sunflower. The blooms are going to be very small, petite, and the plant itself is going to be a smaller one. And I just saw this and I was like, wow. So wanted to add this in the front yard tour as well. How pretty is this, right? And I have another one here, and I have planted a couple of these in the backyard as well. So we will see how they are going to look in couple more weeks. It's going to be filled with the blooms. There are so many buds on it. Okay, are you ready to see the drift that we planted of bubblegums few weeks ago? Here it is. Look at this. How beautiful this looks. I cannot believe that when I planted these bubblegums, they were very leggy. They were not doing amazing, all of the plants, but now look at the growth, the blooms, and how beautifully they are filling up, and they are going to look even better. They are going to fill up more. They are going to give that beautiful color throughout the season, and this will take me to the fall, and we are going to do updates every month that how this plant is doing, and I'm just absolutely loving this. Look at this drift, and I did not even planted too many of them. It gets somewhere 36 inches long, so that's how I kind of like planted very strategically, and it's filling up nicely. And every day, you won't believe it, every day I see more growth on this plant. It's just unbelievable how beautifully this plant is, and how beautiful this plant grows. So yeah, here it is, beautiful bubblegum. So that's my front yard garden tour. I hope you liked it. I love where my garden has reached, and all the blooms and colors that I'm seeing right now. All the plants are very low maintenance. They don't require much attention, and most of them are perennials. Only the super tunia and some of the straw flowers that I have here are annuals, but apart from that, everything else is just looking amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. The color, the impact that it gives in my garden, the pollinators, all the activity that I see is just amazing, and I love it. And I was just so excited to share that with you. I hope you liked it as well. Do let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.